Hello and welcome to YourTown TV here in Monterey, California, where we are so blessed to enjoy such natural beauty that inspires all of us and well, hopefully. And my name is Sofanya, by the way. I'm the host today and I'm very honored to be here. I guess in a way my goal as an artist in Big Sur and as a human being on planet Earth is, especially in these times, to really encourage and inspire others towards manifesting their dreams, using their gifts and talents to help inspire others in the world. And so much of that is done through the arts. And I'm fascinated by this subject today that we're going to talk about with my dear friend, about dreams, which I know for myself can really be informative, bringing your subconscious forth to the conscious world. And I'm very honored and blessed today to introduce Shara Hemingway, who is a PhD in clinical psychology and a dream analyst. So welcome today.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me on your show today.
My pleasure.
I'm excited.
Me too. And I also know you as like one of the most elegant women I have ever met.
Oh, thank you.
Most of the time I see you and you're in a big hat and a beautiful dress. And to me, that's living creatively. You know, that from the moment you get up, you're already, employing your creative juices.
That's a way to look at it.
Yeah. But I'm really interested and fascinated by your work with dreams and many other things as well. Can you talk a little bit about how you got started in that, a little bit about your background?
You know, I got a bachelor's degree at University of Utah in psychology. And after I graduated, I took a class on Jungian psychology. And there was one section on dreams, and it just spoke to me. So I was very interested. I went on, I got a master's degree, and I took some more dream classes. And I loved it, and I started using it in my practice with people. And I find that, dreams access the unconscious so much. And we have so many different parts of ourselves and different complexes and different ideals or dark sides. We have the higher self and the lower self, and all of them come together in our consciousness. But most of the time, we're just focused on our ego. So we're not thinking about all that stuff. So when I started to use dreams in my therapy work, it was fascinating. People liked it, I liked it. I went on and I did different things in my career. I was an administrator and director and different things in my career, but the dreams held the passion for me. And then one time I got a brochure in the mail about a dream seminar, and I thought, that's too much, I can't go. But then I had the most amazing dream. So I woke up and went, I think I'm supposed to go. Well, that was at Pacifica Graduate Institute, and so I took the weekend, and then I took another week, and then I took a 6-month training called Dream Tending with Stephen Eisenstadt. It was powerful. And I went on from there to get a PhD. And the dreams were just fascinating to me. And I love the clinical aspects of psychology, but dreams get in there in a way that accesses the whole being, and they speak to us in images and symbols, and it's fascinating. So
it is fascinating.
I retired from practicing as a psychologist, but I never have retired as being a dream person. So I've been doing dream work for years and years and years. It's my passion.
Well, and I love that, and that's such a big point these days too, the passion, because I always say, follow the door that lights up to you. But with the dreams, with your experience, are they instructive in helping one to find their passion? Have you found that when people pay attention and trust their dreams and maybe try to understand where they're coming from, that they can kind of point the direction?
they literally can point a direction. I mean, a little example I have once is I was starting to work with a man named Dr. Jimpolsky, who was wonderful. And, I was giving up a director. I was directing a program, and I was giving it up to go out and just do the therapy stuff under his license. And I wasn't quite sure if it was the right path, and I literally had a dream where I was walking down this beautiful, beautiful path, and I got to the bridge, and the sign on the bridge said, "The right path."
Oh.
So it was like, that was pretty clear.
Yeah, that's very clear.
I can think of a client right now who was coming to me, and we had good work together, and she had a career, but it wasn't juicy for her. It was supporting her, but it wasn't juicy for her. And one of the things I do in dream work is it's a Jungian concept of active imagination. Once you get the message or the meaning of a dream, first of all, you thank Psyche for that, and then you do a ritual to bring the dream world into the waking world. So you do a ritual. And she would paint her dreams. She would just start to paint. Well, she ended up becoming an artist.
Wow.
And that's what she does now.
Wow.
And different people find their passions in different ways. And sometimes I find dreams, they guide you where to go. Another client had all these dreams, and she was living in another country and doing all these things. But she followed her passion, which was her art, and she followed that and ended up going to another country and then meeting the person she's with right now. And she lives there.
Wow.
But I mean, it was all coming in dreams. And when you follow them, it's really advantageous for you.
Well, how do you suggest, or is there a path towards, because I know I must dream more often than I actually remember my dreams. Very often, I don't sleep that well, but in the morning I might go back to sleep, and then when I go back to sleep, I do often remember my dreams. But are there things that we can do in order to learn and maybe get into more of a consistency of remembering our dreams?
Sure.
How do you do that?
You really have to have a dream journal.
Okay.
And if you don't have a designated dream journal, just grab a pad of paper. You need to put it by your bed with a pen, have a light handy, and you need to write down that dream immediately. And it's hard. None of us really want to do it. Like, I'll do it in the morning. Like, even I will wake up and go, oh, that was so vivid. I don't need to. You need to write it down, because dreams, sometimes they'll leave in like 4 seconds. Dreams are of the soul world. And when we come into the waking world, it's a whole different state of consciousness. And unless the dream is really, really powerful and vivid, most of us are going to forget them. So what I suggest is, if you wake up in the middle of the night with a dream, write, even if you don't want to just write the whole dream down, what I do often is I will write the images in the dream. So it might be Sofanya's at the beach with a dog, and
that happens.
Yeah, that's probably where that came from. So, but you write down, and the sun turned purple, or you write down images, and then back in the morning, or if you really want to be good and do it in the middle of the night, then you put those together into the storyline.
There's so much symbolism too, and what I've done, this really has helped me a lot too. And there are a few kind of recurring dreams that I have, or even if they're not, I try to equate a feeling in my waking life, in my more conscious life, and just try to feel the same feeling. Like recently I had one where I felt I somehow got lost, and I was trying to find my way back, and I was needed to get back to my child, who was still young at the time. I think was myself. But anyway, and when I equate it to my waking life, I think about, why do I feel lost? In what areas do I feel lost? So how do you, is there a method, or is there sort of like a generic symbolism that we can at least kind of get started with?
I don't believe in generic symbols. I believe that the images symbolize something for you.
For you.
There's
Yeah.
common ones.
Right.
You know, like dreaming of a house is typically psyche. There's common ones, but that doesn't mean it's going to be that for you.
Right.
You know, I think looking at dream dictionaries is great, gives you good ideas. But, you know, like, for example, if a person dreams of a tree, and if they come to see me, I might say to them, what does a dream symbolize for you? And, you know, many people are going to say life is the tree of life. That would be a common kind of thing. But if somebody's father was hung on a tree and died,
Yeah.
that's
I
a
got
different
chills
thing.
on that one.
So, you know,
Yeah.
you cannot just assume that what that dictionary says is right for you. And I think the most important thing for people to understand is that dreams speak to us in images and symbols. And they're not always easy to understand.
Right.
And that's why it works. We can do it ourselves, but it also is really good, whether it's a friend, a therapist, anybody, working with somebody else on your dreams, because dreams are coming from the unconscious primarily.
Right.
You know, a lot of it has to do with our conscious life, a lot of it has to do with the unconscious, and some of it has to do with the collective unconscious, which is where we as a human species are all one. I mean, there's the collective unconscious, there's also a world unconscious. So, you know, the images in our dreams are speaking to us, but what does that image symbolize for you?
What a wonderful way, yet another path to self-discovery.
It is
I mean,
self-discovery.
we are like this complete package where we have everything we need in order to go within, whether it's through dreams and maybe meditation. And then there's nature, which reflects who we are. But why not go to somebody who really who is sort of an expert, basically, in that field? You would go to somebody to learn how to do just about anything. So how would somebody find you in order to, are you doing that? Are you consulting with people?
Yes, I do that. I do that all the time. In fact,
How do we get
this
hold of you?
afternoon I have a dream group.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Call me, 831-238-1755.
Okay.
That's the best way.
Make an appointment.
Make an appointment, right.
And I know I've spoken with you about this before. I'm hoping that in 2019 I can have a weekend retreat, an immersion in art and nature. And I'm really hoping that you'll come and give us, a presentation and maybe an assignment for,
I would love to.
That'll be wonderful. Do you do public speaking at all on this? I mean, is this something that you'd like to do?
I haven't. I probably would like to, and I haven't done it a lot. I've done lots of public speaking in my life and my prior careers and stuff. I really haven't spoken much about dreams. Sometimes I've taught a class and I might do a presentation here and there, but it's not a steady thing that I'm doing all the time.
Well, I hope that you do, but that's just my selfish reasons, because I would definitely go. And so in your own life, well, not only in your own life, but I keep thinking people like Einstein, that maybe as I understand it, in a dream, he has come up with all kinds of new discoveries, because maybe in our, in that state, we're able to let go of the judgment and all the noise in between. And also, I'm wondering about the ethereal levels of where we are all connected, and we're connected to the universe and universal consciousness. So maybe as we slow down and just really pay attention, and possibly in our dreams, we might receive information that, that we can receive readily if we're open to it or interested in it. Is that something that you've explored?
That is, what you're talking about is so powerful. And it wasn't just Einstein. He came up with the theory of relativity in a dream. Dreams open us up to what is. There's not the ego filter. It's not about our ego.
Right.
Like, I'm such a bright scientist, this is going to come to me. It's more like, okay, universal being, speak through me. Dreams are the voice of the inner self, and the self with a capital S.
Right.
Dreams are really our spirit, our soul, speaking to us. And if we want to, broaden out to the universe, it's like we put up our antennas in the dream world, and when we focus, we have to pay attention to dreams, because they're just even like friendship. You know, if you want to have a friendship with somebody, you have to give it attention.
Interesting.
You can't just say, well, you're going to be my best friend now, and then we'll talk some other day. You need to communicate, give attention. At nighttime, like you write down, I would like to dream about this. Sometimes you don't.
Interesting.
My doggie, as you know, passed away a while ago,
I'm so
and
sorry.
I said,
I know.
dream self, please bring Bentley in my dreams.
Oh.
Guess who I saw last night?
Oh.
So, I mean, those things,
That's powerful.
when you learn to communicate with your dream world, sometimes it's sweet and it's funny, and sometimes it's very, very sad.
Yeah, maybe it could bring out that depth of whatever it is that's going on in there that we need to pay attention to. But, we're kind of getting short on time,
Okay.
but I wanted to also ask you to talk a little bit about the Lamborn Institute for Life Mastery. What a name. And that's a...
Lilim, we call it. We shorten it to Lilim.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, there was a woman, Anna Lamborn, who lived to be about 101, and she started a nonprofit, Lamborn Institute. And before she passed away, she said, would you like to take this over? So I did. She really hadn't done anything for a long time, so it lost its 501c3 status. And we tried very hard to put it back together. But we couldn't quite do it, so we started a new one, which is now the Lamborn Institute for Life Mastery. And it is an organization, we're brand new, we're just getting our wings, so to speak. Our mission is to really help people find their passion and their self-fulfillment, and get them on a path to life mastery. And we primarily we work with, and we want to work with, the underprivileged or the underserved. People that may be experiencing homelessness, or victims of human trafficking, or just going through a crisis and facing death. There's so many different ways that we get upset or we get compromised, and it happens for all of us. There are times we feel like we lose our power because of a situation. We want to help people to find that power within themselves.
What a beautiful mission.
I know. We're really excited about it, and we're still trying to really get it off the ground. So far we've fed through iHelp program. We worked in conjunction with the iHelp program, which is, interfaith, homeless, emergency lodging program. And we go in and we feed people. They stay at different churches or synagogues, and the homeless women that we've worked with come there and spend the night, and then we feed them dinner, and we sit down with them and have conversation.
So if somebody wants to, because we're kind of running out of time, but if somebody wants to know more about that, they would call you at that same phone number.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to hearing more about that, and actually I'd like to participate in some way.
I would love that. We would love that. We would love that.
Thank you so much, Shara.
Thank
Shara
you.
Hemingway. What a beautiful guest, and
Thank
I'm
you.
so honored to be here with you today. Thank you.
And me too, you.